Hi everyone! Thanks for joining me on today's episode of 20 Somethings. I'm Tico and I'm joined by a very special guest, the OG, the HBIC, the Regis and Kathy Lee, the doll, the diva, the icon, the legend, the moment herself.
Surprise, bitch. I bet you thought you'd seen the last of me.
It's nice! Oh my god! Welcome back, girly pop. It's been too long. How have you
Very
been?
long. How many years?
Well, when we first started this pod, it was in 2021. So do the math, because I didn't go to college for
Almost
math.
5 years.
Girl, no, 4 years. What the fuck?
I too did not go to college.
Well, yes, but I needed to update the children on everything that's happened since then. We've all missed you, obviously. So give us the tease. Like, what's the 411? What's the hot goss? Where have you been? Where did you go, first of all?
Well, I'm happy to be back. Twice divorced.
Were you the problem?
2 kids.
Of course.
One from each marriage. What have I been up to?
What have you been up? Like, let's talk about like what's changed in the past 3-4 years. Like, what's different? What's new?
I'm older now.
Well, yes.
A lot more wrinkles. I cut off my hair.
Oh, you're having a Britney moment?
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna dye it next.
Okay. What color? Hot pussy pink? Wait, hot pussy pink?
Is that a color?
I don't know. It should be. It should be.
Sounds like,
Hot pussy
that
pink.
sounds like something sexy, right? Is that like a lip gloss or something?
I know. Ooh.
No.
But yeah, what's different? Like,
What's new?
I mean, you're in a new relationship now.
Yeah, I guess. So I'm doing something else. Many new jobs.
Many new jobs for sure.
I have a cat now.
I know.
And you know, life has been life and taking it one day at a time. But I think I'm happy.
Yeah. And, you know, I'm just glad that we can just have this reunion, I guess you could say, on this particular episode, because today we're going to be discussing something that has been on our mind lately. Today we're going to be talking about travel. Where have you been? Where have we been? And the reason I want to talk about traveling today is because in your 20s, we finally get the opportunity to explore the world. Or at least we aspire towards exploring the world because, you know, there are so many barriers.
I mean, the opportunity in the sense that we're adults now.
Well, yes.
But also we don't have any money.
True. But I mean, the desire is there for sure because, you know, you want to venture outside of your comfort zone and you want to experience new things that you perhaps weren't privy to in your environment growing up. And whether that's moving abroad or taking your first solo trip or even just dreaming about the places you want to go, you know, it's just something that we all can identify and relate to in our 20s. And so I'm just curious.
What's on my list?
Well,
Where do I want to go? Where have I been?
Where have you been?
I've been to the capital, Ochi.
Goodbye. Be so for real. Like, have you gone to all the parishes in Jamaica? I think I have.
You think?
I think I have.
Have passed through, which doesn't count because you really have to like stop in an experience. I want to say yes.
I feel like we have. Like,
But
at our big age, we must have gone to all the
should,
parishes by now. You know what I mean?
But I don't know that we like fully
Like,
immersed
exactly.
in some of them.
Maybe
So,
in transit, like we've stopped in certain
yeah.
parishes. But actually, before you even answer that, let's make a disclaimer. Neither of us are travel agents.
No.
We can't recommend any places to go.
Been anywhere.
We have been places, but we're not in a position to say, okay, do this, do that, because we don't want to get, you know, soon or put anybody in any precarious positions, but we're just speaking from our experiences. But why do you think that we have such a desire to go from point A to point B? Why, you know how some people are just satisfied with being in one place for the rest of their life, but like for us it's like I need to be in motion, I need to see things, I need to do things. Like, why is that? What's your reason?
Um, I think for me, maybe it's probably because I'm unsatisfied,
With?
if that's the word. And I think it really stems also from a lot of reading and obviously the internet and social media. It's like, for me, my desire comes from knowing that there are so many things
Out there.
so many people, so many places, so many new experiences to have. And I'm not comfortable like leaving this place without at least having tried a few things, been a few places. So really that for me is the goal. Like just traveling and meeting all these new people, having these new experiences, that is my end all be all.
Right.
So I think that's really where it stems from for me. I guess other people are, I don't know if they feel safe. I can't speak for other people. I shouldn't speak for other people. But for me, I've never felt scared to do it.
Yeah.
Like, I know obviously it's a new thing and there's always going to be a little bit of hesitancy and whatnot, but I'm always more excited than anything else.
Yeah, I can identify with that because some people might travel because they want to escape something or they want to find out who they are. But for me, it's like, for as long as I've known myself, I've always had like this wanderlust and like this insatiable curiosity to just go everywhere, see everything, do everybody. Like, that's just me. It's like I just have this lust for life. I want to like expand my horizons and get out of my comfort zone and put myself in positions where I can grow and expand, because I know for me it's like when I travel I learn so much, not just about like life but about myself and what I'm capable of, because normally, like, I'll go somewhere where I have never been before. Usually, it's somewhere like I don't speak the language or I have no friends or family there. So it's just
Me, myself, and I.
me, myself, and I, and Google Translate, and the glory of God, just doing our best to not get human trafficked. But yeah, and it's like, when I do that, it's like I know that I'm capable of so much and I'm able to survive because I trust myself to figure it out. So when I ask like where you've been, I'm not just talking Jamaica. It's just like other countries. Like, you've been abroad to the States to work and travel. Specifically, what states?
I've been to New York.
Love New York.
California.
Never been but wanna
I've
go.
been to fucking Utah. Idaho.
Where the potatoes grow or something like that.
Yes, literally. Where else have I been? Nevada, Vegas.
Ooh, did you gamble?
No, it was just a day trip.
You got the Vegas Strip.
Yes, exactly. And I think Florida as well.
Yeah, so of those that you've listed, I've only been to like Florida and New York, but I would love to go to Vegas to have my little showgirl moment. That'll be great.
I want to go to Chicago.
Like, honestly, you know, it's so funny speaking about the States. Like, I remember when we were younger, I was always like, I want to go, like, live in America. I want to emigrate so bad. And it's just like, I was just so seduced by the idea of, like, the American dream.
They're good at that.
They really are good at marketing and selling themselves. But the older I get, it's like, what the fuck? Do I even want this anymore? You know what I mean? Especially with, like, the current administration who's been elected now once but twice. Like, it's crazy to think about. And it's just like, what was I even aspiring towards?
It's not looking very appealing.
It's not. It's like even the economy. We were like, the main motivation was probably money, but also, you know, pop culture, because like all of the exciting things that we're into are produced in America. But like, having gone to different countries like Mexico and more recently Chile, it's just like there's so much rich cultural experiences to be had in different regions of the world, and it's like America isn't the be all end all. And it's like someone said like America is like the ghetto in a Gucci belt or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's true. It's so true. And I don't know, like, where would you say has been your favorite place to go because you had the most, like, life enriching experiences that really opened your eyes up and challenged who you are as a person?
I would have to say New York, honestly, but New York is very weird and confusing for me
How
because
so?
I still can't figure out the subway.
What?
I think I would be much better now because I've been twice.
I love the subway.
It's alright.
No, I love it. Like, is it like the different lines and what the colors mean?
I understand
The
what
numbers.
the colors and everything mean. I'm just always scared I'm gonna take the wrong train. And
But you can always get off and
I'm supposed to go up, and which is why I feel like I've never wanted to go to New York by myself unless I've gotten that figured out. Fortunate for me, I haven't been by myself. But
You've never traveled by yourself? Like it's always with someone else? What do you mean? What do you mean?
No, I've never traveled
Alone?
Well, I've traveled alone when I went to work.
But never like a solo trip?
My intentional trips, like when I went to California, I asked my friend to go with me. When I went to New York, she came with me as well. And then I went to New York with my partner. Yeah, so no planned trip that was for vacation. I've been by myself.
Let's do something about that, Diva.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much that's gonna happen, but we'll see. But I would think New York, mostly because there was so much to do.
Real.
And,
I get exactly what you mean.
yeah, in the best way, yeah.
Like you felt like safe. You felt,
but also unsafe in the same way I would here.
in terms of like there's like the boogeyman lurking in every corner.
Yeah.
Do you think it's because you're a woman? Like
there's always that. There's always that.
Right.
But it just didn't feel very foreign to me in the way that maybe California did.
Right. You just felt like you belonged.
Yeah, it was just this new place that I'm visiting where obviously every corner you turn there was a Jamaican. So that even made it easier. Like you'll just be minding your business.
And you'd hear somebody like bomba clap.
Yeah, exactly. So that definitely I think helped a lot. It was also just because of the diversity in people that were there. So it wasn't just you running into a bunch of one ethnic group.
Right. It's like a cultural melting pot, as they said.
So that was definitely the plus for me. So I'd say
New York.
right now I'm gonna go New York.
Right.
Sure.
I love that. And like, did you learn anything about yourself? Because I find that when you travel, you tend to learn very important lessons that you need to learn because you're in a different environment with new people who have no idea what your history is. So it's like a new opportunity to do things that you probably wouldn't have gotten the chance to do before because nobody is like using your past against you. Does that make sense?
I think one of the things that would have been nice if you're traveling alone, obviously, which is hard for me, is really like putting myself out there to interact with other people.
Okay.
So obviously when I'm traveling with someone else, it's easier to have that safety where I don't have to talk to other people, like we're just in our own little bubble.
Really?
Yeah, so I feel like every single time that I've traveled, there's been like very minimum interaction.
What?
I know,
that's insane.
But for example, with New York, everybody is so on the go.
They are. It's like nobody has time.
Nobody has time to be stopping and
asking a conversation like let's go grab coffee. It's like let's go, bitch. We have things to do, people to see, yada yada yada.
So that's definitely something that I want to be working on in my future travels. Just like talking to people, hearing what's going on. And again, as you said, there's literally nothing to lose.
Well,
people don't know you. Well,
right? Like there's a lot to lose, but there's also a lot to gain.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So, but in terms of just talking to people, like these people are not gonna be
No, say it. Finish your
No,
thought.
murder.
It murder you. I mean,
They could.
they could.
But
But
I just mean I want to be able to like put
right,
myself a bit more out there.
right.
Interacting. When I went to California, it was easier because I knew people there and they knew people, so it was like
Yeah,
easier to navigate that.
yeah. I guess for me, it's like because of the specific places that I've been to, it's kind of difficult to not interact with other
And
people.
also, you've gone by yourself.
I have.
Which is like, and you're a talker. You're really people.
Yeah, people do confuse me for an extrovert all the time because all I do is yap. But it's just like, for example, like Mexico, when I went back in, like, when was it, 2023? Wow, it feels like forever ago. Crazy. But yeah, it's like I couldn't just stay by myself because I wouldn't learn anything. And in a country that speaks Spanish
If
primarily,
you're outside, you have to talk.
you have to interact.
Like, you
you
don't know
have
where
to
you're
engage.
going.
Like, and I feel like people are embarrassed about like making mistakes and saying the wrong thing, especially in a country where you don't speak the language fluently. But you have
That's
to
how
get
you learn.
yeah, that's how you learn. You have to get out of that like self consciousness because
That's what it is.
yeah, self consciousness. You're in your own head, but it's like something that we've been learning recently. Is like people don't think about you as often as you think they do. Like people are just so caught up in their own
In
personal
themselves,
narrative.
yeah.
It's like nobody cares. Nobody cares, and that allows you a certain freedom because I was on Reddit last night and I was looking at like this explain like I'm five about how babies like when they're young they learn languages and concepts so easily because they're willing to make mistakes and they're encouraged a lot to make mistakes by adults because we don't expect babies to know everything.
Yeah.
And whenever they say anything, you know even if it's gibberish, their parents are always encouraging, like, yeah, good job. And so
No
that,
shame.
no shame. And so
Not
there's,
yet.
not yet. They don't know that. So it's like they're encouraged and incentivized to, like, grow and learn. And so it's just, I'm learning now to, think of myself as a baby, even though I technically live my life very babyfied. But it's just, I don't know, allowing myself the freedom to not be self conscious because having gone to Mexico, having gone to Chile, it's like I want to learn Spanish and not have to rely on Google Translate so often. And, it's like, it's so fun. Like, there was a moment where I gave myself pressure where it's like, okay, bitch, in 1 week, you're going to be fluent. I know, I'm being facetious, but it's like, okay, 3 to 6 months. 3 to 6 months.
I think it's easier to be fluent if you're actually talking to people.
Exactly.
Because you can learn the language on fucking Duolingo.
I am learning it on Duolingo.
But you need to be interacting
You
with
have to
people.
engage for sure. You have to engage with like people, and that I'm so thankful that there are apps like make you fluent, which is an AI app that I downloaded the other day, which was so cool because like you can talk to all these like people like Leonardo da Vinci in fucking Spanish, which is crazy. Like we had this conversation about philosophy the other day, and I was just like in Spanish, and it's like it's funny because it's like for example he would ask questions and you have to respond, and he's listening, and like even though I didn't really have like all the words because I'm still like a novice, like you still have to think about something to say because he's waiting. And so it was just such a freeing exercise. And there are other apps. I've been watching like this telenovela, sorry, what's it called again, Destinos, that it teaches you Spanish each episode, which is really dope. And I've been watching a lot of like
You're really...
I'm really committed. I'm really committed to this. And like watching Chilean movies on Mubi, like I really want to grow, and that's why I'm just encouraging a lot of people like to step out their comfort zones and travel more because it's like you really get the opportunity to learn new things about yourself. I never would have thought, like even though we did Spanish in high school, like I was good at it, but it's like after high school we moved out, we never thought about Spanish ever again. But now it's just like, wow, I never realized how fun this could be and how much I actually know. It's all coming back to me like our good sis Celine Dion. And I don't know, I know that a lot of people are like, caught up with like, okay, how can I afford this? Or, I have so many responsibilities, I can't just leave. Or
Just leave.
just leave. Just leave. Step the fuck out. Or, I'm afraid of what's next, or I'm afraid of the unknown, or I'm afraid of XYZ. But it's like, would you have any advice for them? No?
I don't give people advice.
Real. We need, if anything, we need advice, child. But
Because it's just, everybody has their reason as to why they do or don't do things. And we don't know people's situation.
real.
But if what you really needed was the encouragement or somebody to say do it, then this is it.
This is
like,
it.
if that's what you needed, go ahead and do it. And also remember, there are a lot of places that you can go that's not America.
Exactly.
So,
And don't require a
and
visa.
does not require a visa.
Like South America.
Exactly. And if you always wanted to travel by yourself, this is the opportunity.
Says someone
Yeah,
who's never traveled by themselves.
I'm telling myself. If you've been having that group trip planning for months and nothing's coming from it, this is your opportunity. Go
Real.
ahead and do it, girl.
Real. Or guy, or they, them.
They all are.
Wait, so let's talk about like traveling on a budget for those people who are, concerned about money. Because I know a lot of us want to travel, but our bank account says bit sit your ass down. But, budgeting is probably the most important thing about traveling, and it has so much more to do than just selecting the cheapest flight. It's also about like making your money stretch. Because if you're abroad for like 3 weeks, you have to find a way to not splurge all of that in one night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, what's your experience been with budgeting?
I think I've gotten much better with budgeting. But with traveling for me, it's really, as you said, you know that you need a certain amount for accommodation, you need a certain amount for flights, and then you are trying to figure out how many meals you're going to have per day.
Right.
ChatGPT is good for that,
Real.
because if you tell them where you're going,
They'll help you.
and tell them how much money you have, they'll try to help you and recommend places that you can go
Yeah.
to. But I've always gone over budget.
Really?
Yeah. Over budget, but also not in a way where I'm like, oh shit, all my money's done. Because I like to under plan, I guess.
Okay.
So if I'm budgeting for $300 for 7 days, that is the minimum amount that I'm like.
Really?
Right. So it's $300, and maybe I have another additional $200 I could if I needed to add to that.
Right. It's so funny. It's like, even though like I consider you to be more responsible than I am in almost everything, like when it comes to traveling, I overplan. Like I'll have like an itinerary prepared for every single thing I want to do for like the 3 or so weeks that I'm abroad. And it's like I'll look up, okay, how much will this cost? How much will this cost? And so usually I won't spend as much money because, okay, I'm trying to save enough to do everything that I want. And by the end of the trip, it's like, wait, I have excess money. I could have done this. But it's like, it's strange. It's very strange because like there's so much to do.
Yeah.
But sometimes
It depends on how long you're staying.
It does.
Because if you're gone for a month, that's different versus like a week
Exactly.
of planning.
Yeah, and there's like, if you're trying to save money on food, for instance, you can always go to the supermarket and like prepare food at home.
Yeah.
Local cuisine as opposed to like these big fancy restaurants.
Because what you want to do is try the local.
Exactly. Immerse yourself in like the actual culture. But if money wasn't an issue, where are a couple of destinations? Money aside, where are a couple of places that you'd want to go? Dream bucket list destinations.
Ooh,
I know.
I definitely want to go to Ireland.
Because of the bear?
No, I haven't watched that.
Oh,
I
okay.
haven't watched it.
Oh, not the show. The bear, the drinking. Hilarious.
There's a beer from...
No, remember the Irish? There's a stereotype that the Irish are drunk because all they do is drink beer.
drink beer.
Hilarious. You're so funny.
Sure. You're saying beer, I'm like Germany. Germany's not.
Oh, well, yes.
Beer festivals and whatnot. A few countries in Asia, not all of them.
The progressive ones.
Yeah, Japan for sure.
Same.
And well, you said money aside, but definitely I want to be traveling in the Caribbean a bit more.
Really?
Yeah.
Girl, I have no desire for that. I'm
Really?
sorry. Like,
You know,
I feel like
about your people.
fuck them. Like, I mean, obviously not fuck them, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like once you've seen Jamaica, you've seen it all. You know what I mean?
So.
In terms of like just the Caribbean mindset.
Yeah.
And
I guess.
you know what I mean?
I think these are people with experiences that they.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe my mind is too colonialized for this. I don't know.
I agree with
But
that.
for me, it's like I'm more interested in going to like more Latin American countries, more European countries than exploring the Caribbean. Because for me, it's like honestly, whenever I'm researching where to go, I'm always like, okay, where is a place that isn't conservative, where it's like I won't worry about being hate crimes. Where is it same sex activities
and really,
legal?
All of that would be the same as Jamaica.
Exactly. Because it's like for me, it's like I want to be comfortable. I want to not have to like look over my shoulder everywhere I go or feel dread. So it's like anytime I'm traveling somewhere, I'm like, okay, where is same sex activity legal? Where is gay marriage legal? If I want to elope somewhere, who knows? Because that's always at the back of my mind. And something I've loved about all the places I've gone to,
they've been very progressive.
They've been progressive. They've allowed me to go to places that we don't have access to here in Jamaica. Gay clubs, gay bars, drag shows, sex clubs, things like that. And it's like I've also met some awesome queer people who are like so full of love and full of life and like willing to show you around and take you out on dates. And it's like, after, not to say that there aren't amazing queer people in the Caribbean as well, but it's like, I don't know, it's just like after experiencing that, it's just like, why would I ever want to settle again? You know what I mean? Why would I not want to continue to have those kinds of experiences? So yeah, it's like I definitely have a couple places on my bucket list. I want to go to Germany and Italy, Japan, the Netherlands, Sweden, for different reasons. I mean, Germany because of the men, of course. Yeah, like, I don't know, like, German men are sexy to me, I don't know why. The accent, but also, like, just the whole BDSM culture, it's very, like, prominent in Germany for some reason. So I think that's hot.
Is it?
Yeah. You love BDSM.
I love that people are allowed to express themselves.
Of course. Like the whole leather daddy thing, so my vibe.
Apparently Vietnam is like a really good place to travel to as well. Yeah.
Are they? Is it okay to be gay there? I don't know. Because I read recently, like, was it Thailand or Taiwan that legalized? Love that for them. Love that for them. Legalized gay marriage. Love that. I'm waiting on Singapore to do that because Singapore is like very good in their economy, and I'd love to go to Singapore at some point. And also they have a very strong passport, which is great for me. If I do emigrate there, of course. But where else do I want to go? Italy, because I love the food, Italian food. I'm a slut for pasta. Japan, because of the kawaii culture, very cutesy, very demure. Sweden, I'd go because they're big on like pop music, and I love pop. And Amsterdam for sure, in the Netherlands because of the drugs, but also the red light district. Want to see what that's like. So many countries I want to visit, and I just feel like we're in the midst of our Saturn return. We're almost 29. So I feel like, I don't know, like our 20s and our 30s and the great beyond should be time to travel before we actually like settle down, and you know what I mean?
Fully settled down.
You're settled down already?
It's traveling for me. Settling down is traveling.
Well, yes, I guess, for sure. It's definitely something that we want to do more of, for sure. And yeah, I just look forward to doing so much, as we wrap up our 20s. Like, we'll have like, what, a year and a half left, which I don't even want to think about. But I don't know. I'm excited to see what, like, the remaining of our 20s have in store because, our 20s are more than just places. It's about experiences, it's about risks, it's about stepping out of our comfort zone. So, yeah, if you're thinking about taking that trip, maybe this is your sign to start planning. So, yeah, this is basically all we have to talk about today in terms of like traveling. But before we go, is there anything else you want to say, Nas?
Thank you for having me.
As always, it's my pleasure, girly pop.
No, it was really fun being back. It's like, honestly, we did one episode.
And then you just left me stranded in the
I'm
deep.
the last one on this, so it's like full circle.
That would be great. That would be great.
But no, this has been really fun. Thank you.
Yeah, see you soon.
And all the best, guys.
Bye.